Today, we'll dive into the world of cybersecurity, exploring how major tech players like Apple, Google, Microsoft, Fortinet, and Wavlink are actively addressing vulnerabilities, from Apple's advancements in product security and Google's ongoing battle against ad-based phishing, to Microsoft's proactive updates and legal measures, Fortinet's critical threat mitigations, and Wavelink's router issues, underscoring the urgent need for patches and user vigilance. Apple has been actively addressing security vulnerabilities across its product line. Recent updates for macOS resolved critical issues, including a vulnerability that allowed attackers to bypass system integrity protection, which could have led to the installation of malicious drivers. This has been fixed with the latest security patches. Apple has also released updates for iOS and iPadOS to fix several issues, such as a privilege escalation flaw and a lock screen-related security gap. There's also been a patch for a denial of service vulnerability in macOS, though no exploits are known to be active. visionOS received updates to address denial of service and privilege escalation vulnerabilities. Users are strongly encouraged to apply these updates to ensure security. In other developments, iPhone users are advised to be aware of phishing scams targeting iMessage features, with tips provided to enhance security against such threats. Additionally, minor vulnerabilities in the USB-C controllers of iPhone models 15 and 16 have been identified, reminding users to be cautious when connecting to unfamiliar devices. These actions highlight Apple's commitment to maintaining strong security measures and advocate for users to keep their devices updated with the latest software to protect against potential threats. Next up in Google News, a concerning trend has emerged with cybercriminals increasingly targeting Google's advertising ecosystem. Hackers are exploiting Google search ads for phishing campaigns to steal critical credentials from Google Ads users. Once accounts are compromised, they are used to spread malware. Google is actively addressing this issue through enhanced security measures. Simultaneously, cybersecurity researchers have identified a significant vulnerability in Google's OAuth authentication flow. This flaw could expose millions of inactive accounts to unauthorized access, particularly through abandoned SaaS and former employee accounts. These vulnerabilities emphasize the importance of ensuring all accounts are properly closed before domain expirations to prevent data breaches. In other Google security efforts, the company has removed the Huion app from its Play Store following money laundering allegations. Various security vulnerabilities have been identified across Google's platforms, from WordPress plugins to Android components, prompting advisories for immediate patching. To address broader security concerns, a Google spin-out is developing a navigation system that uses the Earth's magnetic field to tackle vulnerabilities in GPS systems. Concurrently, Google urges users to enable JavaScript to enhance the security and functionality of its search services. While Google continues to confront security threats, users must also stay vigilant and secure their accounts and data against sophisticated cyber threats. As these risks escalate, individuals and businesses must prioritize cyber hygiene and stay informed on the latest security developments. Microsoft has started 2025 with several important security updates and alerts. A critical flaw in Windows Server 2025 affecting secure kernel mode requires immediate patching, while a new UEFI secure boot vulnerability allows for bootkit deployment, necessitating urgent attention. Additionally, Microsoft's Patch Tuesday update in January fixed 157 issues, including 10 critical vulnerabilities, followed by another patch addressing 159 vulnerabilities across various products. Research highlights vulnerabilities in Intune, a focus for attack paths, while a new phishing kit, Sneaky2FA, targets Microsoft 365 accounts, reflecting changes in threat landscapes. A serious Outlook flaw raises concerns by potentially allowing malware distribution through email previews. On macOS, Microsoft identified a system integrity protection bypass, stressing cross-platform risks. In legal matters, Microsoft is pursuing cases against unauthorized server access for generating harmful AI content and against a group creating tools to bypass cloud AI safety measures, both part of its broader strategy to combat AI misuse. These efforts underscore the evolving cybersecurity landscape, with Microsoft remaining committed to robust security measures. In summary, January 2025 has been challenging for Microsoft, but the company has responded swiftly with significant security patches, legal actions, and ongoing research. Staying current with these updates and insights is essential for protecting against dynamic cyber threats. Recent developments in Fortinet's products have raised significant security concerns due to various vulnerabilities leading to major compromises. Cybercriminals have leaked configuration files, IP addresses, and VPN credentials for 15,000 FortiGate devices on the dark web. This breach is linked to the exploitation of vulnerabilities in FortiGate firewalls. Fortinet has patched a critical zero-day authentication bypass vulnerability in both FortiOS and FortiProxy, which has been actively exploited since November 2024. This severe vulnerability has been closely monitored by cybersecurity entities like Arctic Wolf and CERT, who have observed mass exploitation attempts and unauthorized administrative access to systems. A new campaign is targeting Fortinet FortiGate firewalls, involving invasive login attempts and unauthorized configuration changes. Multiple Fortinet products, including FortiOS, FortiProxy, FortiCM, and FortiSwitch, have been found vulnerable to various exploits such as denial of service attacks, privilege escalations, SQL injections, and directory traversal attacks. As a response, Fortinet has issued advisories and security updates urging users to apply patches promptly. These advisories address a wide range of vulnerabilities across Fortinet's product line. The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, has also highlighted the urgency of addressing these security gaps to prevent potential breaches. In summary, Fortinet is working actively to mitigate these vulnerabilities and reduce threats to their systems. Organizations are strongly advised to adopt best security practices and update their systems with the latest patches to protect against these cyber threats. In recent developments regarding the Wavlink AC3000 router, critical vulnerabilities have been identified that compromise the device's security. These issues predominantly affect the router's ability to manage privilege escalation and buffer overflow attacks across several components. Multiple vulnerabilities have been found in scripts such as internet.cgi, nas.cgi, and wireless.cgi. These include significant threats related to privilege escalation through the setadd routing function and the manipulation of the FTP port argument in nas.cgi's setftp-cfg function. Additionally, several buffer overflow vulnerabilities have been discovered in functions like set Wi-Fi basic mesh within wireless.cgi and usbip.cgi. The firmware also exposes severe risks related to command execution and cross-site scripting, presenting further avenues for potential exploitation. These vulnerabilities could allow attackers to gain unauthorized access and control, posing serious risks to users if not addressed promptly. Users are advised to remain alert for firmware updates and patches that will resolve these critical security issues. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to join us next week for another insightful episode on cybersecurity.